Hi everyone, I'm Doug. I am here to talk about my first full week of retirement. I'm 59 years old. I retired a little over a week ago now, and I'm going to try to go over what I did this past week. I already have one video out to start my retirement was day one, what I was doing and how I felt on day one. So go back and check that out if you want to see that. But this channel basically is going to be here for anyone that is retired now or maybe in the future or been retired for a while, anything. I just want them to see what I'm going through in retirement, and I'll try to keep you guys up to date on my life as being retired. Maybe you'll get something out of it, I hope. But we'll see where it goes. But anyway, so this one, I'm going to try to really talk about week one, which is been a busy week. I've been busy so far. I've stayed very busy doing all kinds of just paperwork and stuff. I still have stuff to do from selling a business that I had, but most of that is done now, which is good. So I'm trying to get into a routine in the mornings, at least to start with, which is I'm getting up at 6 o'clock, which is normally what I always got up. So I'm really not getting up any later. I'm not sleeping in, so that's not the thing. I get up 6 to 6:30 range somewhere. I crawl out of bed, but then I trying to get something routine down. I go downstairs, I obviously get up. I got to take care of the dog. My dog Indy, a little Boston Terrier. I take care of him every day. I go down, give him breakfast, and take him for a walk. I usually walk him down to the beach. I only live a few houses from the beach in Ocean City, New Jersey, so I'm not far. So I'll walk him down. He likes the beach. I'll take him down. I come back. I feed him, and then by then there's a coffee shop. It's actually 7 blocks away, or 7/10 of a mile away. I know because I try to walk there for exercise in the morning. So I've been going there, which is good. It's a 7-block walk. I get there, it's open, I have coffee, and I sit there and relax. I think about maybe what I got to do for a day. I'll take some notes, maybe what am I going to do today, or what I have to get done. And then after that, I walk back to the house. So now I got like almost a mile and a half in walking, which is great. And it's perfect for me. It gets my steps in. And I'm also a big gym person. So after that, I'll come in, I'll get cleaned up a little bit, and then I'll head to the gym. Now, it's not every day, but many days. As of now, many days as of, and I've been retired for 8 days. So, about half the days so far. So I go to Planet Fitness, which is great for anyone that really needs exercise too. Planet Fitness is good for older people. It's very affordable. I mean, it's as little as $15 a month. I think I pay $25 a month, which is a black card, which lets you get like massage tables and stuff like there, which are something that it's good and relaxing if you're achy or anything. But I go to the gym there also, and there's a lot of older people, not necessarily elderly, but I usually do around 40 to 50 minutes there. But I used to only do 30 minutes because when I was working, I was too busy. I would try to go maybe 4 days a week for half an hour, because if I tried to go for an hour, I just wouldn't go. It was just too long. I would get tired of it. I'm like, I don't know. I'm tired today. I don't feel like going. But if I only went for a half an hour during work, it was not bad. I could say, all right, I would get that in, and then I'd be home quickly. I could go to the gym. It's only 10 minutes from my house. I lift for 30 minutes, come back 10 minutes. It's 50, about less than an hour I'd be home from the gym. But now I have more time, a little older. I feel maybe I need to take better care of myself in retirement. So that's what I'm going to do. I upped it 10 to 15 minutes more, 30, so I'm up to 40, 45 minutes. Maybe I'll even go up to an hour eventually. I'm trying to work up to that, getting through all the soreness stages. But that's basically been my routine so far in the mornings. Now, this outside of my routine, like this week, I still had a lot of stuff to do as far as getting my car has to get cars have to get switched over, titles and insurance. I've been at the DMV like 3 different days this week because I had sold a company that I owned and that had some company cars in it they're all pretty old, but like 13 years old, some of them, but they're still good shape because I always took good care of them, so which is good. They were paid off, so I just took them over into my name outside of the company's name because the company that bought it, didn't want older cars in their company cars. So I had to do that. I also had to get a storage unit because there was a warehouse I worked in, and there's so much empty space. I would just put random stuff, and nobody really cared. They're like, we'll just store it there. I mean, I put this little section. I had like a little pallet there with just various stuff in there. But my house at the beach is very small. If you know how beach house is, a very small closet, no room for anything. So I took all that stuff back out of the warehouse there and moved it into a storage unit. Which, I mean, I never had a storage unit before. It's not bad, but it's money. You know, I add that to my budget, which that's coming up next, my budget, because that's like $75 a month. So hopefully I can get rid of that stuff or figure out what I want to do with it. So I'm not paying $70, $75 a month in storage, because that's next thing is I'm doing my budget, which is trying to cut back on stuff. So because I retired, I actually added $75 a month in that. But I'm trying to cut back on subscriptions, because when you have a regular paycheck, you don't look at your finances as much. I always did, but I'm like, yeah, $10 here, $10 doesn't matter. But now retired, do you need Netflix and Amazon, whatever you have, Apple TV, Paramount Plus, Disney? There's so many streaming channels you can pay for. Even YouTube, if you don't want the commercials, you could pay another $10 a month. So I'm going through kind of getting rid of some of them, trying to maybe rework the phone bills, get those down, basically trying to just save money any way you possibly can. And do I need to, another thing is I've been worried about, do I need to work? Do I need to work right now? I mean, financially, I don't. I'm fortunate enough where I've saved up enough money. I'm living off my finances right now, which I should be fine until I collect Social Security. But that's not if I'm going on vacations to the Caribbean every year. I mean, it covers my basic expenses. So if I want to go on vacation, maybe I need to get a job where I go on vacation where I can just drive the car somewhere locally, you know, more local ones. So that's what I need, a job. I also could get like a part-time job to make a little extra money. So maybe I'm looking at that. I live at a beach town, but I like to go somewhere warm in the winter, like Florida. So I prefer not to work in the winter, at least. So maybe work just during the summer. But at beach town, you can do that. They don't pay a lot, which is fine, I guess, if you just need a little bit of spending money. Yeah, but you want to do something you like. You know, I don't want to do any backbreaking anymore. I'm 59, so still young, where I could probably do some physical work, but nothing like I used to be able to. That's for sure, because I worked in the construction industry and I did a lot of labor for many years. Another thing is I've always done YouTube videos before on hiking and camping. They were no good. I did them more for fun, so I had them in the future, like to go back on and look with the kids and look at what the kids did and what we were doing together as a family year. So I still have some of them on there. I traveled to Southeast Asia a year ago, and I have a lot of videos in Southeast Asia. It's called Sea Robins. Let's see if I can put a link if you have any interest in that stuff, traveling. But now I have a little camper, so I'm trying to do more camping. I did a few videos on camping already this week because I had a lot of time, and I took 3 days and I went camping for 3 days. You know, and I did a little bit of work and the stuff I could do online while I was in a camper. So I recorded that, so maybe you can go over and see that if you're interested in that. Otherwise, you can just stay here and I'll give you what's going on in my daily life here. Now, my mental state is another thing, which is great. I'm totally fine with my mental state, but there is stuff that's different. I mean, you wonder, does anyone need me anymore? You went from phone calls, emails, text, everything, and now all of a sudden it's quiet. Nobody calls anymore. You know, your friends still do, but I mean, it wasn't like my friends might call once a week or twice a week. You know, your close ones. My mom's still around; she'll call me, but it's not like business. Like you would get 40 or 50 between texts and emails and all out a day, and people are asking questions. So it really kept your mind sharp. So I mean, I really kind of want to keep that going. You know, that's why I maybe do the YouTube channel or something to keep me busy, even if it doesn't make me any money, any of this stuff, not now, maybe someday, but I'm not worried about that. I'm doing it for fun and maybe some information for you guys right now. You know, I'm also not tired anymore as much, so I'm wondering if it was stress. I mean, like I usually go to bed, I always went to bed at work when I was working at 10 at night, and I was exhausted at 10, but now I'm like, it's like 11 o'clock, I'm still awake, but I'm still getting up at 6. Maybe I need less sleep, maybe it's less stress. My job didn't seem stressful to me, but it was stress. There was stress though, but it wasn't like heavy stress, but you know, your stress is like timelines for stuff and getting stuff done, but it is, it's something to think about, like, you know, why am I not as tired? You know, I don't know. I still get up 6 a.m., not as tired. It must be stress. I'm thinking, I'll figure that out. It's only week 1. We'll see what happens from there. I'm also got some clubs I'm involved in, but I'll wrap it up because I'm going a little long-winded here. But I'm filming at my fishing club. let me walk around real quick. This is really cool. I'm at this fishing club in Margate, New Jersey, and you can see I'm right at the pier right here. I'm on the beach right here. Our club is great. You can do whatever you like here at the club. You can fish all summer. In the winter, it's still open, and you can come. And my wife will have like a bunco, or they can play cards here if you want. You have this beautiful room. And you know, the full kitchen is great, so I can come here and stay for the day. It has a restroom, and I could do lunch and just hang here and do my videos or whatever I like to do. And then come summertime, in a couple months, I'll get back out there fishing on the pier. There's some nice buildings out there that you can fish on. So hopefully it will give me a place to get out of the house so I'm not in the house every day for a long time. That was one thing. But anyway, I think that is about it for week 1. I'll try to give you, you know, update at least once, maybe twice a week, hopefully, you know, and see what is really going on, because it's changing daily right now. I'm still trying to grow into this retirement thing, and hopefully you can grow with me. But I have some fun stuff coming up next week, and if you can, please like and subscribe. Maybe that way, maybe you guys can catch my videos, and you know, someday maybe I could get monetized out of this. But make sure you call somebody and say hi to somebody you haven't seen in a while, because it's important, especially when you're older. Stay in touch with people. It's important to stay in touch. And then I think it's it for this week, so I'll see you soon. Take care, guys.